Hi everyone, today I want to make a command line tool that allows you to query SQLite data using plain English. I'll be using OpenAI to accomplish this. First things first, I have a sample SQLite database in this directory. I can show you what it looks like inside. There are 3 tables. All the data in here relates to employee data. If we want to look at the schema for one of these, probably employee is the most interesting. You can see the different columns. If I were to select star from employees, you see there's actually a lot of data in here, 500,000 entries. So we have plenty of stuff to play around with. Okay, so I'm going to start us off inside a VS Code project. First things first, we're going to need a couple of packages. I'm going to install the OpenAI package, the SQLite 3 package, and the SQLite package. OpenAI to generate chat responses, and then the SQLite 3 and SQLite to interact with the database. Next, I'm going to create a index.js file to write our code in, and then I'm going to import the relevant functions that I'll use for the project. Next, I'll start us off with a main function. And then open up a connection to the database. I want to make sure that the command line tool is as flexible as possible, so I'm actually going to pass in the file name of the database. That way, any database can be used by this tool. Next, I'm going to set up a try-catch block in case things go awry. I want to make sure that I close the connection when the function is done running. First things first, I need to feed ChatGPT the data about each table, the schema. And so I'm going to get the names of each of the tables in the database. You can do that with this select command that selects from SQLite master, where type is table. Next, I'm going to create a schema string, basically querying for all the schemas for each table and then stuffing in a string. You can see it, you can get the schema for a table using this SQLite command. Next, I'm going to initialize OpenAI and then start a chat log that I'll feed into ChatGPT. The first message is going to be for the system, instructing it that it's a machine that generates SQL statements based on a user's query. Here are the SQLite database schemas, and I'm just passing in that massive string. Next, I'm going to pass it in the user's prompt. I'm grabbing that from the command line argument and prefixing it with a little bit of instruction. The next step is to get the completions from OpenAI and then save the SQL statement that gets generated. I'm also going to log out the SQL statement to make sure it's generating something correct. And then, of course, we want to call that SQL statement with our database and then log the result. I will also add a console log error statement if anything goes awry, because this is generating chat responses. Sometimes the response can cause things to break, and so that's good to do. It might also be a good idea to add some kind of retry loop if you wanted to, but I'm going to omit that for now. And then the last thing we need to do is call our main function. All right, let's see this in action. I'm going to use a nifty tool called TSX to run the script. I'm going to pass in the file name and then also the database file name. And then next we can ask a query for it to run. And so let's say something a little simple like which employee is paid the most and how much are they paid. As you can see, it responded with this person and then also included their salary. We can also ask it a question like, which department has the most employees? Looks like development has the most employees. And then to expand this, we can add something like, and who is the youngest employee in that department. Okay, and it looks like we got the employee who is the youngest inside the development department. And that's it. There's a few more optimizations you can make to the code, like the retrying, but I think that's good for now. Thanks for watching.